Hey everybody, Sean Hansley here with Get Lean in 12, and inside this short fat loss video, I'm going to talk about how to regulate your body's belly fat hormone, cortisol. And most people think that cortisol is a bad thing, and actually by controlling your cortisol cycle is very important because it can help you regulate testosterone, estrogen, and your thyroid. So I'm going to talk about 3 different ways that you can regulate your cortisol cycle for faster fat loss. If you're watching this, you're not familiar with me, or you don't know who I am, I'm a 45-year-old stubborn fat expert and a grandpa to 3 beautiful grandkids. I've been in the health and fitness industry over 20 years now. In the last 5 years alone, my wife Karen and I have helped over 100,000 people across the globe with our products and services. So let's quickly talk about this stress hormone, or this belly fat hormone, cortisol. Cortisol is released by the adrenal glands in response to stressful situations. So it regulates your body's fight or flight response. So when you release cortisol in healthy amounts, like I mentioned, it helps regulate your other hormones. But if you release too much cortisol, or you don't maintain the proper cortisol cycle on a daily basis, then it can wreak havoc on your metabolism. You won't recover, you'll feel fatigued, and you'll never lose belly fat. So 3 ways that you can control this hormone is number 1, sleep. Okay? Melatonin works in tandem with cortisol to regulate your sleep cycle. And there is research shown that people who went from sleeping 8 hours a night to 6 hours a night dramatically increased their cortisol levels within 2 weeks. So do your best to get at least 7 hours of sleep every night. And if you can, try to get 8 hours of sleep a night. Second thing that you can do is called carb backloading. Now this goes against conventional wisdom, but in 2014 they actually did a trial with people who had disrupted cortisol cycles. They showed them to eat a low carb diet during the day, and then they actually ate all their carbohydrates late at night, which usually, like I said, goes against conventional wisdom. But the reason it works so well is because eating those carbs at night releases a lot of insulin, and insulin helps your body regulate cortisol levels. It's just important that if you decide to do this, then wait 2 hours after your last meal of the day before you go to bed. This will allow the insulin spike to take place a couple hours before bed to regulate cortisol, and then you'll have 2 hours afterwards where insulin can stabilize, so that when you go to sleep, your body will release more growth hormone. And the third and final thing you can do to regulate cortisol levels is strategic exercise burst. Things like long drawn out cardio sessions actually have been shown to increase your belly fat hormone cortisol in a huge way. You want small, short releases of cortisol. And the best way to do this is by using something that I call metabolic bursting. So somewhere around this video, you can click or tap a link where you'll go over to a website where you can learn all about this 12-minute metabolic trick that's specifically designed to work in tandem with the hormonal condition of people over 35 years old. So if you're in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, one thing that you must understand is that you must move differently than younger people if you want to regulate cortisol and you want to lose more belly fat. That's why this 12-minute trick was created, because it's specifically designed to reactivate your youth hormones and actually elevate your metabolism for up to 48 hours afterwards. So thanks for watching this, and keep going strong.